Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're doing some more Dying Light 2 on the Xbox Series S. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this, and then we're going to switch it over to the Xbox Series X version as well, and take a look at the two new modes. So this is the performance mode, and as you can see, checking out this guy. I am playing this on a 1440p monitor, and I am recording at 1080p, so you can see the difference. Now, the reason why I use a 1440p monitor only on the Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S is simply because that is the best way to experience Xbox Series S and be able to use all of the features. Now, is what we're looking for is performance on this. And so far, it looks pretty good. I mean, every now and then you will get you'll get some screen tearing on this version. Because I do not believe that I can use my VRR support while you hooked up to my capture card. Actually, I haven't seen any screen tearing yet. So that's a little bit weird. So I've basically already beat the game, so we're just basically running around with my with my save file. Don't have any health or anything left, so we will just be running around. Actually, I think I got enough stuff to okay, come on, get out of there. Yeah, I can craft one more of these so I can use it. But we're down here. Alright, so now, I don't think my VRR can work with my capture card, but for some reason I'm not getting screen tearing like I was yesterday, which is pretty freaking weird. But I mean, you are getting resolution wise, as you can see, it doesn't look like it is dropping a whole lot from what the 1080p originally already was. Oh, there's some screen tearing. Okay, yeah, so you do kind of, so yeah, you do get it. I was getting a pretty decent amount in the beginning of the game in that big heavy forested area that I kind of do as like a testing to like check out how resolution looks, because by far that is the worst part in the game, the very beginning with all the trees, when it comes to how the resolution looks. So that's where you get most of your drops at. Now, I do not have motion blur on or the distant blur. That way it just kind of looks better on the game. Ooh. But I don't think you get nearly as many problems at night, though. That's the thing. At night, it's not trying to render out so many pixels, so it just looks... yeah, so I mean, like, look in the background of that church. See, the church looks pretty decent. Like, you're getting pretty decent image quality all over the game for the most part. Jump over here on this building, get up here on the roofs where most of the vegetation and stuff is, so that will see if we can crater the frame rate more often. So normally is what's happening, like when we're getting that screen tearing, is you're getting frame drops. But a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people understand that, like on Xbox Series S and X, when you get frame drops, like you don't necessarily feel, you don't, I mean, you see them obviously because of the screen tearing and stuff, but you don't necessarily feel those in control. Like the controls, they don't feel like, they don't feel like you're dropping frames or like you're getting more latency because of it. So it feels pretty solid most of the time, but as you can see, like we are running through here and we're getting minimal screen dropping, screen tearing. I mean, it's holding up pretty good in image quality. Like, I mean, like you still got your pretty decent textures. I mean, you're still getting texture right there on the ground. Texture to about right here maybe, but then it starts to kind of blur out a little bit toward the end of this roof. This right here was kind of looking a little blurry from up there. Let's see. I can't jump that far. Don't got long enough legs for something like that. Climb up these. I mean, I went through this game, I beat it, and I was just like, okay, yeah. And then I've just been so busy with everything else that I haven't really played any more of it since then. This here would have been pretty awesome to have this like this originally when it came out. Oop, I never even came over to this. Now we got another place to come and hang out when it's cold outside. Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, man, it's not really turning out to be a bad experience on the Series S. Well, hi, you fellas. We're not even going to hang out with you guys. We're going to get over here to the church. I'm going to check out some of that stuff. Hey, wait, can I, like... I'm wondering if I can, no. Can't. You got to go actually down and run through it, probably. We'll do that because we like the church. This church was pretty cool mission to get in here. So this is going to have some spoilers, but yeah, this still looks pretty dang good. This still looks decent. You're still getting pretty decent image quality with this game. Okay, so getting up there, you gotta come over here. You still get all the grass and everything. And that looks pretty good. See, this I'm so glad they went with native resolution on this game and not no checkerboard. Because checkerboard, like look at this image. This image right here, this looks great. It's not all fuzzy and blurry and everything. It holds up really nice. So if you ever, I mean, and like you can see the difference in quality from going from this to like the Xbox Series X. Just having that more power makes this a much better experience. Wait. Is it? Yeah, it's down there. Poof. Okay. Yeah. Oh dang, I thought I had my freaking parachute on. What the heck? That's kind of dumb. Okay, cool. It took me right up here to the top. Nice. Nice. That's where I wanted to be. Alright, so yeah, I wanted to be up here because I wanted to come out here and check out this Oh man, what a jump! All the way from that window all the way down. So, wow, look at that. Yeah, see, this church still looks pretty good. This is actually holding up really good, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I'm not 100. I'm not disappointed. Like this is holding up pretty good actually. Okay, I think that one I would have been to get up this way. So, oh yeah. Oh man. See, climbing up here, this was pretty fun on the game. Getting up here, I wanted to go up higher, but I don't think I could. Yeah, no. Huh, maybe. Nah. See, I mean, this was a pretty fun thing. So now you look out here and you see all the draw distance and everything. Like this actually holds up pretty decently. Um, Probably better on a 1080p monitor, but to tell you the truth, why would you go less than a 1440p monitor for a Series S when some games can hit 1440p? That's the biggest reason why I went with the 1440p monitor on this, because you actually are going to have games that are going to range from this right here, that's obviously, you know, closer to 720p now, but still has high fidelity visuals. So even though it's 720p, it still looks pretty dang good on the 1440p monitor. Whereas um, whereas you know, most games that are, you know, 720p, like older games, man, they do not hold up good. They do not hold up well at all. But this right here, I mean, yeah, you can definitely see just on the lines right here that there's a little bit lower resolution, but it still looks full. Like the visuals still look pretty full. Now it's getting dark outside. So as you can see, like the smoke plumes right here, that's where a bomb hit. It's where a bomb hit. It's where a bomb hit. So there's some bombs that hit my city, but my city's not completely destroyed, which is pretty cool. I guess some of my friends at work, they completely destroyed their whole cities, which is kind of sad. Very sad actually. Um I'm not really seeing a whole lot of freaking screen tearing in certain areas, so I'm not thinking that I'm not thinking that the frame rate is really too bad on this. At the Where I was at first, over there at the not the saloon, but the, oh gosh, what was it called? There's the place where when you first get to this big city. Let's see if I can look at it on the map real quick and tell you. The Fisheye Canteen over there. There was, while you're out playing around in the area, like running around the building itself, I was getting screen tearing. The very first area of the game, that was definitely getting some screen tearing through there, and it was pretty often, to be completely honest with you. There's definitely some screen tearing. I would but in my experience playing this on the Xbox Series S on the 1440p monitor with VRR enabled, you don't notice that stuff at all. But without it, because I don't know if a lot of people are going to have, you know, access to VRR, it's it comes every now and then. There's no way around it. You will get some screen tearing every so often. It hasn't been like so egregious that it's like, oh my gosh, that's like the worst screen tearing I've ever seen. But it has been there, so it is something to definitely consider if this is a game that you're wanting to pick up, or if you've already got it on Series S. If you've already got it on Series S, I suggest getting a monitor that will allow you to take advantage of VRR support, so you're not getting that screen tearing. But other than that, like this is a pretty decent upgrade with a pretty minimal impact to image quality. So going from, I mean, as you can see right now, you look out here. Let's just go over to the options, video. Let's go to quality, and as you can see, I mean, it does get, you know, a lot like a lot more, you know, clarity or whatever. I mean, obviously it looks better, but then you get stuck with your 30 frames a second, which to be completely honest with you, I wish they would have just unlocked the frame rate for this mode for people with VRR, because then you probably could have just seen how high up it would have went. But the fact that you get a stable 60 frames a second, but I mean, you are losing some of this finer quality. That's just something that you're gonna have to make up your mind. And I mean, I'm telling you right now, like at nighttime, this game looks really good. It doesn't matter really, really which one you're in. But all right, now we'll look at here. Options, video. Go back to performance mode, and you just lose not even that much. It just looks a little bit lower res. Definitely around the 720p for sure. But if you got a monitor, that will help mitigate that and make this a much better experience for you. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope that this answers any questions that you have about this update. If you're still on the fence about buying this game, I do still recommend picking this up. It is a pretty fun game. Lots of different endings, lots of different, you know, like paths that you can take. There's many different things that you can do that will enhance your playtime and enhance your experience. So probably going to be showing you some Series X gameplay now on the next one. Kind of forgot I was going to do that, so we're going to go ahead and get that in there, and then we will go from there. So hang on while I switch over. Alright, we're right back where we started with this Dying Light 2 upgrade. Now we are back on to the Series X version of the game. And as you can see, the freaking everything, the dramatic upgrade to everything. So let's go over here and look at, alright, so we are on the balance mode. On this now you have a resolution, a performance, a balanced, as well as a quality mode. Now, the quality mode is going to give you 30 FPS with the ray tracing, like the shadows and all of that stuff, which, I mean, it looks alright, but the 30 FPS might be a little bit hard for people to adjust to. And then you have the balanced, which is going to be the step up in like this. So I'm playing this on the 1440p monitor still, and this looks literally native resolution, maybe even a little bit higher, but this looks mostly native 1440p, because this looks so sharp and so crisp on this monitor right now. I even recommend having a monitor if you have a Series X, to tell you the truth. I mean, if you're not wanting to spend $1,600 on an OLED or something like this is a pretty good price point for the quality you get. Much better textures, draw distance. You get more trees out there in the distance, more vegetation. It's pretty nice looking. Distant details pretty good. Sorry that this is all at nighttime. Let me go in there and sleep it off. Let me go sleep it off so we can not have to sit out here in the dark. I forget. I haven't played this game for a little while, so I forgot you could sleep it off. Wait till morning time. Then we'll wake up. We'll go back outside. We will see a little bit better about what's going on now. So now, as you can see, you get these bright, beautiful, vibrant colors. Nice draw distance. This is probably the ultimate way to play this game now. Now, I did notice some screen tearing when starting the game over again. But wow, this looks a lot better on the monitor. This looks better than most games look, coming out 4K. And now that it's 60 frames a second, like, this looks freaking good. This looks so sharp and so clean. So yeah, it's got to definitely be, I would say, I'm going to guess maybe 1440p up to 1800p range. I think it would probably stay dynamic. I probably think that you probably get, like resolution that might dip under, I'm thinking probably like a dynamic res for sure, because it even looked pretty sharp on my OLED, and this just looks perfect. This looks like pixel perfect resolution. Like, there are no jaggies anywhere. Not on these right here. I mean, you can see the jaggies on the Series S version. When we look at the straight shafts right here, yeah, you're not getting any jaggies whatsoever. The TAA is working pretty decent on this. This is nice. This looks freaking clean, man. I'm not even lying. This is the way I wish I could have played this when I first got it. So if you've been sitting on the fence, this is definitely the the new way to play this game for sure. This is awesome. Thank you, Techland, for delivering this upgrade. This definitely enhances this experience a lot more than having to play this at a meager 1080p. But the 60 frames a second on this game has always been probably one of its better, probably one of the better things about it. 60 FPS. I like being up here. I like being on this church. It's like pretty cool. This tree looks beautiful. It doesn't look all blurry. It just looks like a nice native resolution. No stair steps on the branches. This is solid. This update is pretty solid, especially if you're somebody on a monitor. You're going to get a nice native, crisp, perfect experience resolution wise. The quality of the image on this too, because of the monitor, because they have such a pretty solid contrast ratio or whatever. They usually do like blacks and contrast just a little bit better. This looks great. This looks tremendously beautiful, Dang. It's almost weird, man. It's almost like this game does have HDR, but I don't know. I didn't think this game had HDR. So you can see like the smoke clouds a lot better. A lot more detail in them. You can see a lot more detail in those. This is the definitive way to play this game. And yeah, Xbox is the best way to play. You're not gonna get this. You're not gonna get this on PlayStation 5. So, well, not anytime soon. I don't know if they're gonna be doing an update for that. It said the Xbox was the only one that got the balance mode, and then the 60 FPS mode for the Series S. So yeah, that's a more in-depth look at Dying Light 2 now that it has been upgraded on the Xbox consoles to actually use more of the power of each of these machines. I think this is a pretty decent upgrade for this game in particular. It is still a little bit on the I guess you could say it's still a little bit on the underwhelming side due to the fact that, you know, Far Cry 6 runs it like a native, like almost 4K on Series X, and runs it at like 1440p 60 on the Series S. So you can expect a comparison video of those two games here shortly. But as it sits right now, I will go ahead and leave you with this, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.